You're just kicking off your intermittent fasting journey. You're in for some pleasant surprises, and I think there's some biological hacks and some cheat codes within this lifestyle that's going to shock you, surprise you. You're going to have this cycle of weight gain, weight drop, weight gain, weight drop, fat loss, fat gain, fat loss, fat gain, muscle gain, body composition changes, right? But these are all manageable. I want to bring up something that people really talk about, and I don't see this a lot in fasting channels, or people that incorporate fasting don't talk about this a lot. You and the restroom, let's get this out there. You and the restroom will be best friends. Oh yes, what do I mean by that? You kind of know where I'm going with this. Isn't part of the process of this journey entailing fat loss, right? Losing weight, losing the fat, detoxing your body of all the junk, right? Where do you think that's gonna go? Where do you think the pass-through system is? Your body, of course. What do you think happens to your body when you're drinking a gallon of water every single day? The hydration, your digestion, right? Things are gonna move in your body. They're gonna bypass, right? And you are going to excrete waste excretion. We're all human beings. That means you're going to increase the time spent in the restroom. And I wasn't joking when I said you and the restroom are going to be best friends. Not only is your pee going to turn white, but you're going to be going frequently, and I mean like a racehorse. If you think about accelerating your results through a gallon of water, walking every single day, and prolonged periods of intermittent fasting, you're going to see some things down there and around your waistline, right? Now let's think about your fasting windows. Let's say you're doing the most coveted beginning stages, 14 to 16 hour fasts, right? In that window, you are drinking, assuming you're doing this the right way. The right way would be drinking a reasonable, moderate amount of water, staying hydrated, and acknowledging your hunger pangs through drinking enough fluids. Because it's important for you to drink enough fluids. That's essentially what gets things moving. So, as you're doing that, you're going to be peeing quite a bit in these fasting windows. The good news is that if you're like most people, you are probably close to your restroom in your house, in your office location, or at a central place where you can get to one if need be, and frequently. That's one part of the equation. And this can also incorporate your bowel movement, right? Passing stool. I find personally for me, and I don't think this has to do with age, it's just this has to do with your biology and your anatomy, right? I think that's how you say it. Yeah. Your body function, like how your body chooses to, what sets your body off, right? When you start defecating, peeing, pooping, right? So when you think of it that way, I tend to go a little bit more, and actually regularly when I actually break my fast. So when I break my fast and really start eating my protein meals as such, what happens is everything that was backed up from the night before, the day before, and as I'm breaking my fast and ingesting a new meal, right, protein meal or fruits, whatever, it just gently nudges the other system, the other clogged pathways. So I tend to go a lot more as I ingest my meals. So if you think about that, right, once again, it's a relationship with your body. It's also observing how your biology is at play, and your body is a beautiful machine, and that it makes room for the next set of meals, right? And it kickstarts. I really mean this. It's funny, right, talking about this. I used to laugh at all of these things before when I was a kid. And even as a teenager, like all these things I would take for granted, but believe it or no, many of us are suffering from constipation. There's a lot of grown folks I know that are suffering from constipation, and the doctor prescribes them on more medication, more diuretics actually, diuretics. There you go. And you may find temporary relief in all of these things because I went through all of these. Experience is a teacher. I'm talking from experience. I went through all of these. Miralax is known to be the king of diuretics, right? King of digestion, resolving, and all of that. I even took heartburn medication, antacids, and all of that. Overthinking all of this, just to realize that the smooth criminal behind all of this was that I was overeating, and I was overeating the wrong stuff. So all the green vegetables and fiber and all of that stuff is good for you per the American Standard Diet Association, right? But you really have to figure out and do the math and see what really fits and how your body responds. And what my body responded to as a 49-year-old grown man who lived over half his age is exactly this. My digestion, all the fogginess, all the stomach cramps, the bloating, the tightness, right? Hey, gas pain, that's a big one. I would feel aches on the sides every time. And I even panicked a few times thinking that I had something, terminally wrong with my gut. And so I went and saw the doctors and specialists and did many stool tests over the years. Eventually I did my colon cancer screening last year at the age of 48. Longer than I would have liked to wait, right? But the recommended age, I think they keep moving it earlier in your lifespan now, like I think in the 40s. As soon as you turn 40, I think some doctors even say at 38 and over, you just get it done. And guess why? It never used to be this way because of the diet, of the amount of processed foods that we take as Americans intake is just insane, to put it lightly. And so bringing it back to where I was going with all of this is that I find myself when I'm eating and breaking my 16, 18, 20 hour fast as such, I end up going to the restroom quite a bit. I think there's like an hour and a half where I'm just going. Not only does my urination, my peeing increase, but my poop gets better. There's no constipation. It's designed to go. It's designed to come out nicely, right? That's a great sign of your digestion working for you. So I think when you see all of these factors coming into play and forming, right, a pattern, even visually, you know you're doing something right. And I can openly talk about that because I am witnessing and I'm experiencing all of this. All of this, my skin, all of this is biology. I also use Tiege Henley for Men. I'm not sponsored by them. I might as well start tagging them on my description. In fact, I will as of this video. Brings a little bit of shine to your face. Also brings just to shine, the glow. It tightens up your face a little bit. You can use the underbags, eye bags. You get one for those. Sunscreen, right? There's a whole system. The only thing I don't use is the nighttime lotion because I don't really need it. I'm not really bothered too much. But out of the 3 creams they recommend, I use the 3 system in process. So it does the job for me. So I think all of these play a role. And so if you find yourself going to the restroom quite a bit, it's not a bad thing. And I think you should communicate with your family members or your roommates or your significant other if they notice a change, because they will. Because think about it, right? How many people are sitting in the bathroom at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon experiencing that biological cycle when most of the population is either experiencing that in the waking hours of the morning between 7 to 11, and here you are mimicking all of those later in the day. So your eating window really starts later in the day if you're doing this on that skipping the breakfast plan. Okay, I want to keep this short and simple, and I'm going to jump to the next video, but it's all kind of interconnected, interrelated. The defecation casting stool, urinating, peeing, observing your bowel movement and not being ashamed of all of that. This all kicks up. This all improves for the better when you incorporate intermittent fasting. And depending on the meals you choose to break your fast with, you just enhance this even further. Okay? Hope you enjoyed this one. I'm gonna continue my walk. I love the weather. I love the slightly overcast sunset here. It's been a kind of an odd day in Las Vegas. I love odd days like this. This trail is always magic. All the trails I walk feels magic. This is all detoxing my spirit as well. Because guess what? Walking, finish it for me. Walking is therapy. Walking is, you got it. Till the next video, Mamba out.